Do you feel like you have some bad karma? Hey, don't worry about it. Everyone has a little bit of bad karma. You want to go with me on my walk through the garden? I can tell you about this practice. We do have a way in Buddhism that we purify bad karma. It's a specific practice. And I'm going to teach you this practice. It's always 4 steps. You can remember it with 4 R's. And by the end of this little garden talk, you'll be able to purify bad karma whenever you want to sit down and do this practice. Okay, so the first R is regret. And this is where we regret what we did. Now, this is differentiated from guilt. In Buddhism, we think that guilt is actually anger. It's anger directed towards the self. And that's never helpful. So we practice some self-compassion here. And we practice self-compassion and we want to generate something different, which is regret. Regret is the wish to just be free of this bad karma. We don't want to do it again. We feel great regret. Let me give you an example. Okay, so when I was a kid, I loved dancing. Actually, I still love dancing. I watch all the dancing shows, Dancing with the Stars, So You Think You Can Dance, any dancing show. Okay, I love it. And when I was a kid, there was a talent show in the 2nd grade, my first talent show, not my last, but my first one. And I thought, okay, I'm going to dance in this talent show. And I picked a good song. I'm not going to say I didn't. I picked a great song, Gloria. Gloria. Dancing in front of the audience to Gloria, which is a glorious song. I'm dancing, I'm leaping. Now, maybe I didn't mention that I never took any dancing lessons. My little friends did, and I always wanted to take dance, but it was expensive. All I could do was like the free things, softball, soccer. So I didn't do formal training, and there were no YouTube videos to teach the kids back then. But I thought I did this talent show and I'm dancing and I'm leaping, kids. And it wasn't looking good, okay? And at some point, right, I realized in the beginning of my dance number that it's not going well. The parents, the kids, I could just, you feel the audience and you have made a big mistake. I made a big, big mistake doing this. So I was leaping and freestyling in every way that didn't look right. But I had to make it through the whole song. And the whole song is like over 3 minutes long, 3 excruciating minutes where I regretted having done that. The next time I did a talent show, I did a comedy number, a stand-up comedy, which I did have some regrets about that too, but not as bad as this one. This planted this in my head that I will never do this again. I will never do a dance routine for a talent show when I've not taken dance classes or learned how to dance. Regret. You just don't want to repeat that action again. That's what this type of regret is. You're not feeling guilty. I didn't feel guilty. I picked the best song. I did feel regret that I'd done it. And it's like this feeling, I am not doing that again. No way. I regret that. It's sort of like when you drink poison, they say. You drink poison, you're not feeling guilty about it. You're calling 911 or poison control or whatever because you just want to get it out. There's not the feelings of, oh, I'm so bad. Guilt makes you kind of identify with that thing that you did, like as if you're a bad person. In Buddhism, we think nobody is a bad person. I've been teaching Buddhism for 23 years, and I can say that I have changed tremendously and seen many people change tremendously. No one is fixed in any way, and no one's inherently bad. We may do bad things and harm other people, but we ourselves are not bad. Now, those are just labels, and we can change the way we function. There's actually a quote from Buddha that I love. in the Dhammapada, it says, those who recover from doing evil. Oh, I might not remember it now. I thought I was going to remember it. Something like, I'm going to forget one part, but those who recover from doing evil do like a great thing, like the moon set free from a cloud. So the parts I remember are good for you to remember. When you recover, those who recover from doing evil. So this is like, we are a victim of our harmful minds. We're a victim of doing evil or harm to others. Because when we harm others, we harm ourselves with our karma. We have to experience the results of everything that we do. So we are a victim of our anger, a victim of our jealousy. As others are harmed, we're harmed as well. So try to have compassion for yourself and identify with this idea that once you let go of this, you recover from doing harm. It's like a moon, a beautiful shining moon, a moon set free from a cloud. That's our pure heart being set free. Regret then starts to purify bad karma as soon as we feel it. We don't even have to do a formal practice like the one I'm going to teach you now with these 4 parts. As soon as you regret it, like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that, you begin to purify. Isn't that so cool? I'm sure neuroscience has explained this in some way already, that with our neuroplastic brains rather, not minds, but our brains, this neuroplasticity to change. I'm sure somehow this functions this way, that once we regret something, we start to feel already a change, a burden lifts off us when we admit that we have done something that we wish we hadn't. We harmed others, ourselves, and we wish we hadn't. Regret is the first power, and it's a good one. You can do it anytime. Just stop and regret. In fact, your practice for the rest of the day could be just to notice when you do things harmful to yourself or others, and take a moment to regret it. Because that is instantly purifying that actions, purifying that karma. Because otherwise, karma means action. And every action plants a seed in our mind, a seed that when the right circumstances come along, the right conditions, that seed will ripen unless we purify it. And we can purify it. It's kind of like I planted a pineapple in my garden. I'm so excited to get this little pineapple going, this little plant, and it's growing. It's not fully ripened yet. And then I come out and I see a little rabbit has chewed half of this pineapple. It's this unripe pineapple, and that pineapple is never going to be fully ripe. It's done for. In the same way, this purification practice can stop that consequence that we will inevitably experience from our negative actions from ripening and coming into fruition, where we would have to experience the harm that we caused others. Okay, the second R. The second R is reliance. And this is where we rely on some higher power to help us to purify. It's where we pray, please help me to purify this. I sort of think of this like how they have this in the 12 steps. I rely on a higher power for this because it works for them. You know, it just works. And in the 12 steps, from what I know about, I'm not part of that community, but I did meditations with this drug court for years where it was like a diversion from going to prison. And so I'd come in and I would do meditations on those 12 steps. And one of them was this reliance. And we would talk about how it would be similar and we'd do the meditation. And I always felt like this is exactly similar. Reliance, please help me to purify this. Because like the 12 steps, Buddhism doesn't care what you pray to. You can be a Christian, Muslim, anything, and practice these steps and practice Buddhism as a whole. You can practice it as a way of life and not in a religious way. You can have faith in whatever. So you can pray to Buddhas, please help me. Pray to God, please help me purify this. You don't know who to pray to, just say, please, please help me. Universe, please help me. If anybody is listening, please help me. You say that with your heart. Please help me, like a prayer. In Buddhism, a prayer is a wish path. That is what the Tibetans, my tradition of Buddhism is Tibetan Buddhism, like the Dalai Lama. And it's called, the word they use is called wish path. We're changing reality. We're making a wish that changes things. And we can wish for ourselves to purify, to change, to develop these good qualities that we want to develop in our mind, like compassion, patience, whatever it might be. We don't normally pray for like a car or a yacht, or it's not, but we pray for other people. I have some other videos on prayer, so I'll try to link to that for you if you're interested in prayer. This is a prayer we make for ourselves to change, to be free, our heart to be unburdened. Reliance, reliance. Please help me purify. The third R, so we have regret, we have reliance, we have remedy, to remedy it. This is where we do an opponent force, some opponent action to what we've done. And I thought I'd do just a quick traditional one with you where we recite a mantra of purification. I have brought my mala with me, okay? I brought it with me. And I thought I'd teach you this. I'll put in the description this mantra, Om Vajra Sat Bahu. It's quite a simple one, but it's the short mantra of purification. Om, like O-M, Vajra, V-A-J-R-A, Vajrasattva. That's actually one word because Vajrasattva is this Buddha of purification and the embodiment of purity and the ability of holy beings to help us to purify. So Vajrasattva, we call out to Om Vajrasattva, and then finally Hum. Om Vajrasattva Hum. Simple one. We can use a mala to recite it if we want. You do one mantra on each bead. Om Vajrasattva Hum. Om Vajrasattva Hum. Om Vajrasattva Hum. You can do it silently, but with mantras, you always have a little air coming through, right? You use your voice, but you can do it silently with a little air coming through. And traditionally, you would do a whole mala, 108. 8, the number 108, I think it's just, well, from what I know, what I was taught, is that 8 is just giving you 8 to mess up, and that's why we have 108. It won't take you long to do a whole mala of Om Vajrasattva Hum. It's quite short. But you could even do just as many as you want without counting. Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum. And at the same time, you could imagine that this holy being comes to the crown of your head and starts to fill your body with this white, purifying nectar light. So it's like nectar, but it's made of light. So think milky, but made of light. And it comes through the crown of your head and it enters into your chakras, like your crown chakra it starts with, and it goes all the way down your central channel, in which all your chakras align in your subtle energy body. And you just imagine that these white lights and nectars flow down from this holy being. You can visualize or just feel it, or just imagine it's happening, that you're being purified. As you're saying this mantra, Om Vajrasattva Om, these lights are flowing down through your central channel, just like the size of a straw, going down your central channel, and it purifies everything. Branches go out, goes to your heart chakra, everywhere, all the way down. And you can imagine that it's pushing out darkness. Imagine it's like dark smoke. And that's the negative karma leaving. And it's pushing through your central channel, pushing out any kind of negative karma that has arisen from that harm that you did that you're trying to purify. And you can pick something like the thing that you do feel a lot of regret about. Maybe it's the worst thing you think you've done in your life. You can work with that, or it can be small things and things that happen through the course of the week. But I suggest you try something that's meaningful to you, because the idea is that you feel things. With meditation, you want to feel something, actually. This type of meditation, you want to feel regret. You want to feel this kind of faith and you do reliance and you pray to this holy being. You want to feel like you're letting go of this negativity, and it pushes out through the bottoms of your feet into the earth, or just goes out from your feet, and that dark smoke disappears beyond you. You can conversely think that the dark smoke is pushed out of your nostrils. It's quite traditional, that it's all leaving your body, it's pushing out, and dark smoke's leaving your nostrils as you recite this mantra. You can do then 108 of these. You can just do it for a few minutes. You can also conversely just do that meditation where you feel that you're being purified and the lights and nectar's filling your body, or going down your central channel as a practice to remedy the situation. It's an opponent force, power of remedy. The fourth power is, okay, I like that I have like things I can hang my mala on. The fourth power is resolve, where you're resolving. You make a promise. Sometimes this is translated as the power of promise. Resolve, though, works because it's 4 R's. Resolve means that we resolve not to do that action again. I won't do this again. I won't do this. Whatever it is, I won't do this. I will abstain from. You can even decide to do it for one day. This could be your practice for one day or a week. Okay, maybe you stole from somebody in the past, or you stole from stores, or whatever it may be. You can resolve for a whole week to be so careful. I think in the future, I resolve to be so careful not to take anything that others have not given to me, or that I myself own. I'll be very, very mindful and careful not to do that. You could even resolve to donate to something as a way of acting against it, purifying it even more. But you make a resolve of some sort that does also include not repeating that action. And then you try to fulfill that promise, keep that promise to yourself. Say for one whole day, okay, one whole day, I really regret that I got mad at so-and-so. Okay. So for one whole day, no matter what happens, I'm going to be peaceful and patient. I'm just not going to go with it. It's kind of magical when you say, I'm not going to do it, and you're just not going to do it. Like if I'm taking my dog somewhere fun, I'm taking them on their little outing, nothing is going to get me ruffled. Right? My partner, nothing she says is going to ruffle my feathers, because I want them to have such a good time when they go to Home Depot, ride on the cart, or they go in the pet store and things like this. I don't want anything. So no matter what, you just make strong resolve for one day. I'm going to stay very peaceful. This will be my peaceful day, you might think. then you keep that promise. And all of these 4 powers can work separately, but when you put them all together, it's a very powerful practice of purification. If you can do them all and then seal it with that resolve, I will not do this again. And for one whole day, I will be very mindful not to do this again. So if you like this content, this practice, please like the channel. This is newly getting into doing YouTube, and I would love it if you liked, subscribed, and this good things to do, whatever, comment. I'd appreciate it very much. All right. Thank you so much.